guys, welcome back to Chow Paws Window Cleaning, and this is episode 5 of Life as a Window Cleaner. Now, a question that you might be asking yourself is, who in the world is that? That is Gary. I ended up naming him. His name is Gary. Gary the llama. Coming out of a car, and I just want to make things like a little bit better. What do you guys think of this new setup? It will change eventually. I'm just trying to like tweak some things, make things look a little bit better. And obviously now we can see my lightsaber. Now I have to look on the side because I need to see what I'm pointing at. But like my lightsaber, also my collection up there of my Legos and my Charizard right here. Probably my favorite Pokemon of all time. And yeah, and then some HeroClix up there. But anyways, I'm trying to like, make it more nice when I'm not in the car. Try like a different setup. So let me know what you guys think. But yeah, let's just kind of get straight into it. This is episode number 5, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to condense 2 weeks into one. Last week was kind of like hectic, and there's a lot of things that are happening behind the scenes, and I will soon let you guys know in a future video. Probably maybe next week I will let you guys know, but it's very exciting that I want to share with you guys. A lot of help. There's specifically one individual that has been helping me, and I'm sure you know who you are. And yeah, it's just been great to have like the community of the window cleaners and all that to kind of help each other out, and it's been really great. My wife and I have been very thankful for it. And yeah, well, my cat is like running all over the house. But anyways, there's going to be a future update on that. And yeah, but anyways, let me just talk about like the last 2 weeks, condense it in one. As you guys know, there has been like a fire here in LA, and so a lot of people, now that the fires is done and now we're having all this rain and everything like that, we've been getting a lot of calls. Now, keeping that all in mind, we are very, like, how do I say this? It's been very strange, because normally this time of year we don't have any work, and now it just seems that like everyone wants their windows clean and all that, and a lot of repeat clients or returning clients from the past have been calling us, and so it's just been, we've been very fortunate and very thankful for all this work that's coming in. But yeah, let's just kind of review it a little bit. We actually ended up getting our first client like literally right after the fires. We've done their house like a bazillion times, I feel like, even before COVID, and it's really nice because we already know what to do. Like, for example, they have like glass railings, and they're a very awesome family, and like we do. It's just hard to talk with my cat running, but maybe you hear her from the mic. But anyways, but the glass railings, I already know, okay, I can't start the job like later in the day because it's just easier just to start like at 8 in the morning. So 8 to 8:30, like, there's like some like leeway that we might start a little bit later than that. But this one is like you have to start at 8:30. So we do the glass railings. My wife is on the inside cleaning the huge windows, and I do the rest of the outside of the house. And there's even glass railings on top of that on the house itself. So, but because we've done it so many times, we kind of get used to it. And also it's a good practice for us, like going forward, like when we do have clients that have glass railings, if it's a lot, to start earlier in work. So that was a really good job. So then after that, we kind of had like all these jobs like into one, if that makes sense. Like we scheduled like 2 jobs in one day. And essentially what ended up happening was this individual in the morning, or the day before, was like, I need my windows clean and all this other stuff. And I actually had to reschedule my second job. I know this is going to be a little confusing, but we had 2 jobs on one day. One of the jobs rescheduled, but right before that, one job was like, I need to have it done by Friday because they're going to take pictures and all this other stuff. So I had to put them before, so we even had to wake up early for that job. They were fine with it. Ended up just, going there, doing the inside and out. We even did their screens for free, like a light touch up. We didn't use like the screen cleaner. We just kind of just bundled it all together. I know I've said that in the past that, bundling things up together is not the greatest, but I pretty much made a mistake again because we ended up just saying, hey, we'll do your screens for free, just complimentary, we're just going to do a touch-up. Ended up doing that, and there was one window that had like some tree saps on it, and so like the reason why I'm saying that is because later on the day, she ended up calling me because she liked the job and everything like that. But she was like, "Hey Andy, you know, like that job that you did was great. Just one window has like these little tree snaps. Can you take it off?" Which is not a problem for us. And then this screen looks really dirty, and it's one of those like sliding screens, sliding screen doors screens, yeah. So essentially I get my water fit and I kind of just go over it, you know, like on the outside, and then I just kind of dry it off, and that's kind of it. But you still need to do the other side. But because it's complimentary, I just kind of just took care of it, like no problem, just the outside. But the thing is that like she was expecting like for us to do it and make it look good, and she even sent me a picture. It's like, oh, it doesn't look that great. I'm like, yeah, good thing. Or I kind of like said it to her like very politely, like, yeah, it was a complimentary clean. We just do it like a light touch up on it or whatever, because we didn't charge you the $5 per screen. As you guys know, I charge $5 a screen. And it was just funny because like she still was like, I even told her that, like, hey, you know, it was complimentary, you know, we just do that. We could take care of the window, but she was just like, I want to have it done. So, you know, at that point, like, again, I touched up the screen, we did the window, it was not a problem at all. But again, I never want you to feel that I'm saying this so like to look bad on the person. I'm looking bad at myself, if that makes sense, and I'm trying to help you guys as best as I can. But yeah, like I told, like even my wife told me, she's like, told me, Andy, like, you know, whenever we do something for free, you know, we always don't do like, you know, we just did a light touch up with the water fed. But still, she was expecting like perfection, and I'm just like, man, it was free, you know. But I understand it was still dirty. She never cleaned her windows and screens for like forever, which is understandable. But you know, because they're like, oh, it's free, you still need to do it. So just keeping that in mind. So next time we'll just charge for the screens, and if there is a problem, you know, because we did it the right way, we used the system and all that, then we can take care of it. But anyways, but yeah, we ended up doing that, and they were happy once we took care of it, so that wasn't a problem. So then the second job, this individual was like in Pasadena, and they literally watered their whole house. And this is going to be like a tip for you guys too. Like I'm trying to like catch up for 2 weeks, so this hopefully this video is not going to be too long. But essentially, like this individual, because of the fires, they started getting like pretty much everyone in LA, Pasadena area, and obviously the Palisades, they would get their hose and just start spraying their whole house with water, right? So if the fire does come, at least you know, there will be less of like a chance of the house catching on fire, pretty much, right? So this individual called me during the fires and was like, hey, you know, like I watered all my house with hard water, because he knew that already from the hose itself, and it leaves like water spots all over the place. I told him like, don't worry about it, I'll take care of it. We use a purification system. So he was like super relieved. He just wanted outside only. Very nice individual. But the reason why I'm saying this is because this is something that you can tell like individuals like in the future, something like this happens, or it's just like it just happened within like a few months or a couple weeks, that if like let's say a sprinkler or something gets onto the window, you can take it off. But if it's like years and years and years of buildup, then from there you have to pretty much do a restoration, or you cannot really do too much with the window because maybe the window is very thin, because we're dealing with older houses here in LA, Pasadena. But yeah, when it came to that, I told him like, oh, you just sprayed the windows, and he's like, yeah, it just happened during the fires. I was like, don't even worry about it. It's just like a couple weeks old. It's not a problem, you know. Or when it happened, I was like, well, we scheduled him for a couple weeks. Let's just say it like that. But when we do your job in a couple weeks, don't worry about it. And come to find out, everything was fine. So just keeping that in the back of your minds, because a couple of you guys say like, hey, if there's hard water, if it's fresh, you know, within a couple weeks, couple months, and I'm talking about hard water, right? So if it's soft, then it's going to be even easier, right? But if it's hard water and it's just like a couple weeks old, it's okay. They love the results, and it worked out very, very, very good. Then from there, we had a little bit of rain, so now we're trying to transition into like the second week. Yeah, so then from there, ended up working during the Super Bowl, and I kind of mentioned that I ended up getting a zero nylon brush. It's like an aluminum one, and it's like really, really cool. I like it a lot. I do want to try it out. If you haven't already, I have a video about it if you want to like kind of look into it. But I do want to try it with boar's hair. If it does come out, that would be something that I really would like to try, because with nylon, it's great. But the thing is that it's more of a maintenance clean. Like if you do this house or building, like, you know, frequently, like let's say in a couple months, every couple of months, then you should be good. But if it's like they haven't cleaned their windows in like a long time, or it's like more than a year, you know, nylon might not do the trick. But fortunately enough, because they were like both first stories, because I did 2 jobs on the Super Bowl, I was able to, like kind of focus more on certain windows, because if it's like the second story, you can't really see sometimes. But if you do have like that boar's hair, then it's a peace of mind. I just do the same technique over and over again, and it works out. That's what I'm trying to say. If it's more than a year, boar's hair does a trick. But there could be windows that are more dirty. So, anyways, we're not talking too much about that. But the reason why I'm saying that is because I used that new zero nylon brush for 2 jobs back to back. One, that morning job that I did, they haven't cleaned their windows in forever. They also watered their house a lot from the fire, because they were literally a block away. And so even like a house like down the street caught on fire, which is terrible. So they were watering their whole house and everything like that. And so, but yeah, so like I went there with my nylon, took care of all of it. Really like the brush a lot. I really like that little middle strip thing, because it kind of like is a little more aggressive to the window, which I like a lot. That's why I'm saying I really want to try the boar's hair. When it does come out, I'm sure it'll come out. Yeah, it was great. It worked out very well. The client liked it a lot. And then the second job, I ended up doing their windows, and this is a more frequent client. I've done their windows like pretty much every year. I did their solar panels. I don't really like the brush so much with the solar panels. They didn't do it turn out so well. So but when I switched it over to the boar's hair, it like does much better. But maybe it's the way I positioned it, the brush or whatever. But still, I like the boar's hair when it comes to doing solar panel cleaning. So that one wasn't that great, but when I did the regular windows itself, it did phenomenal, and it worked out very great. And I'm sure that kind of looking here, yeah, so that video that you guys will see, pretty much it worked out very, very, very good. So then the next job that we did, essentially, one thing is to always know your clients. And the reason why I say that is because with our clients, he told me ahead of time, like, hey Andy, can you come earlier, because we were discussing when to come, and he's like, can you go earlier? So we ended up agreeing to like around 8:30 in the morning, and I was like, okay, no problem. And the reason I'm saying that is because he had to go to work. His wife had like some errands that she had to do, and they wanted their windows clean inside and out, French windows. And also they had like other windows too. But essentially the reason why that's very important is because if you show up very late, or you obviously don't go to the job, which would be very bad, but you also want to keep in mind your client's schedule, because once we got there in the time that we said we would get there. Then from there we're able to take care of everything, and from there everything worked out very well. He also was affected by the fires, so he also went down his house. So I'm just saying that out of these 3 different examples of like these individuals watering their house during the fire and all that, everything came off great. So the water fed does really work very well, and really there's no way I can do a lot of jobs without the water fed. But then from there, yeah, and then he liked the results. French windows, that one I switched over to the what do you call it, the boar's hair. So that was really good. And actually I forgot, the day before we actually did another job. I forgot to put it in here. Oh yes, I didn't put it in my playlist, but essentially that job I ended up using the nylon zero, man, a lot of words today, the nylon brush onto like kind of like a French window job. We did a job in between, and she's a regular, also did the water on her house, and all the results came off really, really well with the pure water on top of the hard water. Removed the hard water, looked really, really, really good. And what's nice is that because you're shooting a lot of water onto the window, it cleans it very well. But yeah, so that one was really great. It was really easy, inside and out, cookie cutter. We're in and out in maybe a couple hours, and so it was really nice. Got to talk to her a little bit, got to catch up, and yes, it was nice to see like our repeat clients, and she also wanted us to actually do her windows a couple weeks earlier, but we mentioned to her that because of the rains that were coming and because of the fires were not working, or at the time was the fires, then the rain came, and then we ended up planning her into this past week. And yeah, so it was just nice that they wait for us. And I thought that, to be honest, that she was going to end up calling another company, because she wanted her windows cleaned right away, which is understandable, right? Because of the fires, you don't want all that buildup on the windows. But ended up waiting for us, and from there was all good to go. So yeah, I think that was that. So Then we just have two more jobs, and we ended up doing another repeat client. And really, a lot of our clients have been like super, super nice, have been very friendly with us, and been very like supportive. That they're like, oh, we're so glad that you're here to take care of our windows and all that. And so it's nice, especially when they have pets too. It's very nice for my wife because she loves playing with them, all the pets and all that. But yeah, it was very nice to do a client, and again, because we already know the house, we know how to take care of the house inside and out. We even did the screens for her, and she loved the results, and that's kind of that. Then the last job of this week and the last week, right, condensing all of it together, we ended up doing another job. She was going to put her house, I thought she was going to put it on the market, but actually it's for her tenants, her future tenants. I guess she wanted to have her windows cleaned, and when we got there, we ended up doing all her windows, and yeah, it was very nice. Yeah, that's kind of one thing that I kind of want to talk to you guys about too. Not looking at the clients themselves, but myself and all that. Just always be, when you talk to a client, always have their expectations met, if that makes sense. Because just one, she kind of just passively asked, so it was not like anything bad or anything like that. But a lot of clients of ours, because we do just like window cleaning, we just do like a little light, with the track, we do like a light little sweep. That's it. We're not going to spend 10 minutes on a track type of thing. That sometimes they think that the track is included. Like, for example, they have a lot of buildup, they have oils, or I don't know, whatever's in the track, or it's like really thick and I need to take out the vacuum. That's how bad it is. They feel like that's included because, oh, that's a window thing, and then you're kind of like, no, that's a track thing. So the reason why I'm saying all that is because when it comes to like having their expectations met, and you say, oh, we just do a light little sweep and all that, then from there they're like, oh, okay, but this individual thought I was going to go with the vacuum and all that. And I was like, in this case, it was easy. Like, there was not a lot of like dirt or anything, so we're like, oh no, with the swipe everything will go away, but we're not going to go to like every single corner and make it look like perfect. But we'll take off the pretty much all of it, and we don't want to charge you for that. And she was like, oh, okay. But again, what happens if it was like a lot and you're kind of like, yeah, we're not doing this for free. So just kind of keep that in the back of your mind. It's something that I got a couple of times that it's like, hey, the track cleaning is extra when we have to take out the vacuum, we have to spray. That's more of like a construction clean type of thing. So but just throwing it out there when it comes to just having the expectations met for your client, right? And also too, I want to kind of ask you guys a question. When it comes to like when you have jobs, do you guys have a deposit? Because I'm going to start doing deposits this year. I have noticed that I've gotten a couple clients that have themselves onto the schedule, and it like 9 times out of 10. So it's not really frequent. Like, this is why I don't implement it. Starting this year, I will. Is that, and this is not like a sponsor video, but I just kind of want to talk about it. One thing I like about Project to Payment is that they have a feature where, like, if you send a bid for a project, you can have like a deposit, and obviously that will go to the total bill. I'm going to start using that this year because I've noticed that a couple of clients, they just decide like last minute, like, oh, we'll just reschedule for a couple months, no worry about it. And it's kind of like, well, I have this whole like schedule of people. Fortunately, because of the fires and the rain, everyone kind of is like compact into like a 2-week window. So it's kind of easy to put people in the back end to the front, if that makes sense. But like going forward, this is just being me. Maybe I'm wrong. You guys can let me know. But it's just that feeling of like, I have someone the schedule already set, and the next thing you know, they're just like, oh, I don't want to do the job anymore. And you're kind of just like, even if they're a repeat client, and again, nothing wrong against them, but I think I'm going to start implementing. And even one of you guys called me, and it's been awesome to talk with you guys too, like on the phone about window cleaning, other window cleaners and what you guys do too. But yeah, I think having a deposit, I think is going to be like our thing going forward. And it's just like, again, it's not a sponsored video, but what I'm going to do is going to have like the project payment. Once I have all their information down, I'm going to send it to them, the information, and be like, oh, if you want to be put on the schedule, you're going to have to leave a deposit. And if they cancel, I keep the money. That's it. It's not refundable. Because if not, it's going to be like constantly like, oh, who's here, who's there. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I had a job that was like a really big job. Great client, nothing against them. But last minute, they kind of like canceled on me, and I'm just like, oh man, that was going to be a great job. It was a few $1,000s job, and I was just like, oh man, that's a bummer, right? Again, I understand, the situation because they told me the reason why, but it was just like, but if I would have had a deposit, I would have done the job type of thing, So it's just the way things are, I guess, nowadays. But anyways, I'm gonna start doing deposits. But I want to ask, do you guys do deposits for your business? If you do it like to, I'm not asking when you're gonna go give a bid, right, to have like a fee or whatever. But I'm saying like when you guys agree to a bid and you guys are gonna do the job, do you guys say, okay, we need a deposit before we put you on the schedule? How does that work? Anyways, that's just kind of the question I want to ask you guys. But besides that, man, it's been a lot of fun. Next week, I think I'm going to do my video next week. It's going to be a lot of great, or not a lot, but maybe I said a lot too much. But I'm going to have an awesome video for you guys, kind of like updating you guys what I've been doing like in the background the last couple of weeks. It's really exciting, and yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool. So stay tuned for that. It's gonna be like, I think, the biggest leap, I think, since we kind of started window cleaning. So just keep that in mind. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be a lot of fun. But besides that, I'm gonna have a couple of videos for you guys. I'm gonna be recording after this. Also too, what do you guys think of like my shirts and stuff like that? Do you like it that it's different? I'm gonna try to make it more personal, like I said, to kind of show you guys my life in that sense. And also too, I did open up my personal Instagram. I used to have it private, but I kind of opened it up at AndyPaz_. That's kind of it. I kind of just show like my personal side, because I was trying to think, like, I know I'm going to kind of go off topic a little bit, but I was kind of thinking, okay, do I put like, let's say for example, if I go to like a theme park or something like that, do I put that in Paz window cleaning? It's pretty much not a good idea because the algorithm and all that. And then too, like, let's say you guys just want to focus on window cleaning. You don't want to see like things outside of window cleaning. So my personal life and stuff, if I go to a theme park or something like that, will be on my personal Instagram, AndyPaz_. And then the Paz window clean will just focus more on just window cleaning. And so that's kind of like a balance. I did open up TikTok. I had one for a long time, never used it, so I use that now. So it's going to be Paz window cleaning on that, and if you guys want to follow us there. But yeah, I mean, besides that, I mean, we just been like preparing a lot for, like in the background, and next week you're going to really see what I'm going to be talking about. But yeah, I'm going to have a couple of videos I'm going to do right now, like literally going to do another video right after this, but it's going to be about doing window cleaning from start to finish. It's just going to be like a very direct video. It's like pretty much what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain like the whole process from start to finish. Pretty much so that like if you guys are like new or intermediate or pro, we can compare and all that. But essentially, I wish that I would have had this video when I started window cleaning. But keep in mind, I'm gonna have professional tools, but you don't have to use that. That's kind of like the focal point of the whole video, is like, hey, I have these tools, but don't worry about the tools themselves. It's like if I have, let's say, my mop that is the porcupine maker sleeve type of thing, you can replace that with like a Home Depot mop. Okay, so essentially I'm trying to like make it so that when you go there, the different techniques of how to clean a window, but it's going to be like a full course of how to window clean and all that. So it's going to be really, really cool, and it's going to take a lot of time, but hopefully I'll be able to post it soon. But yeah, I just want to think for you guys, and just kind of have you guys in the back of my mind. And I really want to give back when it comes to like window cleaning, so I'm gonna do my best to do this video for you guys and just focus on not the tools or what to buy and all that. It's just more of like, hey, do you have a squeegee? Do you have like a handle and all that? Okay, these are some techniques that you have. So just keep that in mind. Focus on that rather than, oh, he has this squeegee or he has that mop. Get my drift? Okay, that's enough about that. And also too, I have another video that I will be posting very soon. So a couple of you guys have been asking me about it too. So I'll do all that. I know it's a lot. I haven't talked to you guys in like 2 weeks, so it's been great. And like with these weekly updates and all that, life as a window cleaner. So anywho, that's this episode, episode 5, I should say. And yeah, I mean, if you guys want to see more of our content, I'll have some stuff like here. I think it's going to be here after I'm done talking. So if you want to check out more window cleaning videos, stay tuned and check those videos out. All right, guys, we'll catch you on the next one. Bye.